Hey, SKOL Nation. What's up, you purple-blooded maniacs? This is your die-hard Vikings fan, straight from the heart of Minnesota, buzzing like I've just chugged a keg of that emerald green luck, because Week 4 of the 2025 NFL season is hitting us with the wildest international showdown yet. Picture this. Aaron Rodgers, the ageless wizard himself, leading the Steelers into the misty fields of Croke Park in Dublin, Ireland, where our boys in purple are ready to paint the town violet. But hold up, is this the spark that lights our Vikings fire to an undefeated run? Or does Big Ben's successor crash our party? Stick with me because these Vikings news updates are about to explode your feed, and I need your takes in the comments. Who's winning this global grudge match? Man, can you feel the electricity already? The Vikings roll into Dublin at 2-1 after that absolute demolition of the Bengals last week. 48-10. Folks, Jordan Mason bulldozed for 116 yards and 2 touchdowns on just 16 carries, looking like a freight train in shoulder pads, while Justin Jefferson feasted with 5 catches for 75 yards, reminding everyone why he's the NFC's nightmare. And now, facing Rodgers and a Steelers squad that's 2-1 but leaky on defense? This isn't just a game. It's a statement. SKOL Vikings are bringing that explosive offense to a stadium that's hosted legends like Katie Taylor. Imagine the roar when J.J. hauls in a deep ball under those Irish skies. What do you think, fam? Will our purple reign supreme across the pond? Or does Aaron pull a rabbit out of his helmet? Drop your bold predictions below. But wait, there's more to this Week 4 madness that's got my Vikings heart pounding. Teasers on rookie QBs igniting franchises, undefeated NFC beasts clashing like titans, and a certain pass rush monster returning to haunt his old turf. We're diving deep into 5 can't-miss stories that could flip the script on the season, all while keeping our eyes locked on how it shakes out for Minnesota. Who's ready to unpack this with me? Let's charge forward, because if the Vikings snag this W in Ireland, we're talking playoffs by Halloween. Hit that like button if you're hyped. The air in Dublin is thick with anticipation. SKOL fam. Our Vikings, fresh off that offensive fireworks show against Cincy, are stepping onto Croke Park's hallowed turf like conquerors, ready to claim new territory. Aaron Rodgers, with his 4 Super Bowl rings glinting under the Irish sun, is slinging it for a Steelers team that's won 2 of 3 but coughed up big plays left and right. Remember last week? Our D held the Bengals to peanuts while Sam Darnold diced them up. Now, picture JJ torching Pittsburgh's secondary for another 100-plus yard day. This matchup screams upset potential. And as a lifelong Vikings diehard, I'm screaming SKOL from my basement. Tell me, Purple Warriors, what's the one play you dream of seeing in this international brawl? Digging deeper into the X's and O's, the Vikings' ground game could be the dagger here. Jordan Mason's not just running hot. He's a vision with that burst. 116 yards last outing means he's averaging over 7 yards a pop, and against a Steelers front that's middling at best, allowing 120 rushing yards per game, he's primed for another multi-TD clinic. Pair that with Jefferson's route-running wizardry. He's already got 250 yards and 2 scores through 3 weeks, and you've got a recipe for Rodgers' worst nightmare. The atmosphere at Croke Park? Electric, with 82,000 fans turning it into a sea of purple and black gold. Vikings news is blowing up with hype, and honestly, if we control the line, this game's ours by halftime. Who's with me on starting a petition for annual Ireland games if we win? As the whistle blows on this preview, let's not forget the bigger picture. A Vikings win catapults us to 3-1, staring down the NFC North like kings. But lose, and Rodgers gets the last laugh on his old NFC foes. Either way, it's must-watch TV on NFL Network and Fox 9. Tune in Sunday at 8:30 a.m. Central Daylight Time, because this isn't just football. It's history in the making. SKOL Nation, sound off. Bold score prediction for Vikings Steelers? Like if you're boarding the purple plane to Dublin in spirit, and let's keep the energy rolling into the next story that's got the league buzzing. Alright, SKOL Squad, shifting gears from Emerald Fields to the concrete jungle of New York. Imagine the Giants, buried at 0-3, handing the keys to their shiny new rookie QB Jackson Dart against the undefeated Chargers. This kid, our 25th overall pick in the 25 draft from Ole Miss, is stepping into the fire after torching the preseason, but facing a LA defense that's suffocating teams under 300 total yards a game? It's baptism by blitz. As a Vikings fan, I'm grinning because it means more chaos in the NFC East, potentially weakening a rival. But hey, what if Dart dazzles and flips their season? Vikings news angle. Does this open doors for our boys later? Your thoughts? Can the Rook save Big Blue, or is he toast? Breaking it down, Dart's got the tools that scream franchise savior. A cannon arm that set Ole Miss records with over 10,600 passing yards, plus legs that turn broken plays into highlights. He ran for 500+ in college. But benching vet Russell Wilson after that Chiefs flop? Bold move, Giants, especially with the Chargers' front four feasting. 7 sacks on Lamar last week alone. At 22, Dart's debut could be magic or meltdown. And with MetLife rocking desperate fans, the pressure's on. From my Vikings perch, it's a reminder of how thin the QB line is. Thank goodness for Darnold's steady hand right now. Fam, if you were coaching, would you throw a rookie in this deep end? Comment your hot takes. Zooming out, this Giants-Chargers clash on Sunday afternoon is a litmus test for rebuilds everywhere. And for us Vikings faithful, it's a chance to see if the NFC's underdogs can rise. If Dart slings it for 300 and a W, hats off. If not, Chargers stay perfect and eye us in the standings. Either way, it's fueling my fire for our Dublin destiny. Win there, and we're the talk of the conference. SKOL Nation, smash that like if you're rooting for underdog stories. Subscribe for more Vikings news breakdowns, and let's pivot to the NFC Showdown that's got playoff vibes written all over it. Whoa, hold on to your cheeseheads and midnight green. It's undefeated Eagles versus undefeated Buccaneers in Tampa. A Sunday slugfest that feels like NFC playoffs in September. Philly, the defending Super Bowl champs at 3-0, rolling into Raymond James Stadium to face Baker Mayfield's Bucs. Also 3-0 in their best start in 2 decades. Jalen Hurts clawed back from 19 down last week against the Rams. Talk about heart. As a Vikings superfan, I'm salivating because a Bucs stumble keeps our division path clearer. But which unbeaten falls first? Vikings news is all over this, your call, fam. Eagles extend the dynasty, or Bucs crash the party? Layering in the stats that make this pop, the Eagles' D is a brick wall, holding foes to 18 points a game. But Tampa's offense is humming. Mayfield dropped 233 yards and a game-winning FG drive against the Jets last Sunday. Philly's comeback? Hurts threw for 280 with 2 TDs in the fourth quarter alone. Pure clutch. Yet the Bucs' 14 penalties last week scream self-sabotage. Clean up and they could flip the script. From my purple throne, it's a mirror to our Vikings grit. We've got that same fire after Cincy. SKOL Warriors, what's the X factor here? Hurts' legs or Baker's arm? Spill in the comments. As the dust settles on this preview, know this. With 3 unbeatens in the NFC, don't sleep on us Vikings at 2-1. Someone's dropping, and it juices our playoff chase. Tune in Sunday for the fireworks. It's why we love this league. Hyped yet? Like if you're picking the Bucs to stay perfect. And gear up because next we're hitting an AFC thriller that could echo through our conference too. Picture Arrowhead Stadium on Sunday, electric under those lights, as the 1-2 Chiefs welcome the 1-2 Ravens in a must-win to dodge the dreaded 1-3 hole. Patrick Mahomes versus Lamar Jackson. Round whatever this is, both squads staggering after tough losses. Baltimore got sacked 7 times in a 38-30 Monday night heartbreaker to Detroit, despite Lamar's 288 yards and 3 TDs. KC finally snapped their skid with a 27-20 grind over the Giants, Mahomes with a TD toss and pick. As a Vikings obsessive, I'm eyeing how this shakes the AFC power balance. Keeps our path to the dance wide open. But who bounces back? Vikings news fans, weigh in. Mahomes magic or Lamar lightning? Crunch the numbers and it's a nail-biter. 5 of the last 6 head-to-heads decided by 7 points or less, per NFL stats, with these gunslingers trading haymakers. Jackson's mobility is MVP level, but those 7 sacks exposed cracks. Mahomes, still rusty post-Super Bowl dynasty, 3 rings in 6 years. Needs his O-line to hold. Chiefs D snagged 2 picks last week, but Baltimore's run game averages 150 yards. From my SKOL vantage, it's a blueprint for our own close calls. Grit wins. Purple Pride, if you could steal one play from this for the Vikings, what is it? Hit the comments. Wrapping this AFC alert, It's the kind of rivalry that defines seasons. Win, and they're .500 contenders. Lose, and it's Panic City. For us, it means breathing room in the wildcard hunt. Like if your team Mahomes, subscribe for non-stop Vikings news, and brace for the trade saga that's got the whole league whispering revenge. Oh man, SKOL Nation, buckle up for the emotional freight train. Micah Parsons, the sack machine we all feared in Dallas, now terrorizing for the Packers at 2-1, heading back to AT&T Stadium for Sunday Night Football against his old Cowboys squad at 1-2. Traded in that shocking August blockbuster after contract drama. Packers gave up 2 firsts and Kenny Clark for him. This is personal. Parsons already has 1.5 sacks and 5 tackles this year. Imagine him hunting ex-teammate Dak Prescott? As a Vikings fan, I'm cackling because it weakens a division foe we might face later. But will the Dallas crowd boo or cheer their lost star? Your vibe check needed. Flashback to Parsons' Dallas dominance. 52.5 sacks and 64 TFLs over 4 seasons. A game wrecker who turned defenses into nightmares. Now in green and gold, he's adapting fast. That trade reset the edge rusher market, landing him a record deal. Cowboys O-line, solid, but Parsons knows their tells. 1 strip sack on Dak and it's pandemonium. Vikings news tie-in. More chaos in the NFC East means less pressure on us post-Dublin. Fam, what's the welcome wagon look like? Hostile takeover or heroes return? Sound off. As this revenge tour preview fades, it's primetime poetry. Packers could go 3-1, Cowboys dig deeper at 1-3, and Parsons etches his legend. For our Purple Army, it's bonus drama en route to our own glory. Smash like if you're rooting for Micah's monster game, share with your Packers-hating pals, and hold tight. We've got one more week 4 gem to seal the deal. Finally, SKOL faithful, circling back to our Vikings epic in Dublin. Because nothing tops Aaron Rodgers scripting another chapter against Justin Jefferson's highlight reel in that Croke Park cauldron. We've dissected the explosive the ground pound, the global stage, but here's the gut check. At 2-1, this is our pivot to elite status, with Mason's legs and JJ's hands ready to humble Pittsburgh's 2-1 facade. The NFL's pushing boundaries here, and we're front and center. 82,000 strong, purple wave crashing. Vikings news is electric. What's your game day ritual for this one? Tell me below. Peeling back one more layer, don't overlook the intangibles. Rodgers Road Warrior mojo. He's 10-3 in non-Packers starts this decade, versus our home field like fire abroad. Fans shipping over for the spectacle. Steelers D ranks 20th against the pass, ripe for JJ's 75-yard bombs, while our secondary could feast on their turnover-prone WRs. It's not just yards. It's momentum for a 4-1 run into the bye. As your passionate Vikings voice, I'm all in. This W tastes like destiny. Purple Horde. Over under 30 points for Minnesota? Drop it. And there it is. Week 4's full fury unpacked. From Dublin dreams to rookie leaps, unbeaten brawls, AFC shootouts, and Parsons payback. But our Vikings spotlight? That's the heartbeat. SKOL Nation, if this fired you up, smash that like button harder than Mason hits the hole. Drop your hottest takes in the comments. Who you got in Vikings Steelers? Subscribe for daily Vikings news drops so you never miss the Purple Pulse. Share this with every fan in your crew to spread the SKOL. And let's ride this season to the promised land together. Hail to the Vikings. Now go make some noise.